Howdy ho there friends, Bobby here today. Hey folks, today I've got this sledgehammer. I've had this sucker since I was probably like 20 years old or so. I think I bought it at a hardware store or something. Anyway, it's been a pretty good sledgehammer. I think it's a 10-pounder. But the head of it is sliding off of the handle. The handle is not really beat up too bad. I've been sanding on a little bit because I'm getting ready to sand the whole handle down, and then I'm going to burn it with a torch and then soak it in some linseed oil, make it look badass, okay? And anyway, up here you can see that it's actually down inside there a little bit. I'm gonna sand on this right here where it's seating at. I've already taken the little curl off of there, and then I'm gonna smack this sucker down in here and get it maybe even deeper than it was from the factory. I'm gonna have some of this sticking out, okay? And then it's got a metal wedge driven in there. We're going to find something to go on that, like a 1/4-inch drive socket of some sort. We're going to drive that wedge deeper, and then we're going to take a new wedge and drive it in right beside it. So stay tuned, friends. We'll show you how we make this thing, bring it back to life. All right, I have my sledgehammer laying here, my wheelbarrow full of firewood. We'll take my orbital sander here, and I'm just going to spend a few minutes. I'm going to sand this handle down, get all this old varnish off of here. It has a bunch of old greasy fingerprints on it. We're going to get it down to the bare wood. Okay, I already sanded this down with some 60. I took all that varnish off pretty easily. And then I went back over it like with some, I think it's like a piece of 220. It could be 150, I'm not sure. But anyway, I got the handle like I want it. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking that same piece of fine paper and I'm lightly going over my whole head of the hammer here. And what I'm doing is just trying to knock off anything that's loose and rusted. I'm going to leave the majority of the paint on there. I don't want to repaint it or anything. I'm just going to leave all that old look to it. But I just want to knock off some of the big stuff. And then I'm just going to take a can of clear coat and just shoot a can of clear, just a coat or two of clear across it when I'm done. It'll give it kind of an old school look to it. And then we're going to burn, like I said, we're going to burn this handle. We're going to do it first. Burn it, and then we'll soak it in linseed oil. Got you set up here, folks. I'm going to crank up a little propane torch here. We're going to go ahead and see if we can. There's some gas. This thing cranking. There we go. All right. I'm going to start up here near the handle, and I'm going to start trying to just burn this a little bit and see how it goes. We'll work our way down this way. Hopefully I won't set this wheelbarrow full of firewood on fire. That would not be good. Guys, I haven't done a whole lot of this, but I have learned, I've done a couple shovel handles that if you just kind of do with the grain of the wood, it seems to do a little better. Let's put the boiled linseed oil, as you can see right here. That's what we're going to put on a rag, and we're going to wipe this handle down really good. You're going to see it really look cool after that. All those little burnt spots that we, hang on, let me get this open with. There we go. All those little spots in the grain that the torch actually highlighted and made look darker. It's really going to stand out now. Check this out. Watch this. I'm going to take this stuff and just pour it on the rag like so. Just like so. I'm gonna lather it up really good. That ought to be enough to do the whole handle. So check it out, folks. Look at there. Look at there, look at there. Don't that look good? Look how nice and dark that looks. And friends, they say that this is exactly the way that you want to treat a handle. All these handles that come from the hardware store have varnish on them. Well, having that varnish on there will actually cause blisters. More blisters than a handle that's treated like this right here, okay? This is the way it's supposed to be done. And then you can wipe these down every so often and your wood will stay protected for a long time. Man, don't that look good? Let me flip it over. Make sure we get that side good. Golly, look at that. I just love the way that looks. I'm gonna do some axe handles here pretty soon, folks. I got a couple axes that I want to redo, and I bought a couple off of eBay, some vintage axe heads. I got a True Temper double bit, one with a cutting surface on both ends. I got that one off of eBay. I got a Vaughn, and this is an American made product. And I got a Collins coming in the mail. So it should be here any day. Actually, it's supposed to be here later today. Check this out, friends. Don't this look cool? Man, that looks nice. That looks nicer than it did. You can rewind back to the front of the video and watch it again. Man, don't that look good? Looks better than it did before. I see one spot right there. It's got a little splinter right there. I probably should have sanded that out a little bit better. Might end up getting that splinter in my hand one of these days. I don't know. Well, anyway. If I do, I do. Maybe I should be wearing gloves when I'm operating this anyway, but I tell you what. That looks really good right there, friends. Okay. Now, we shut the camera off for a minute. We're going to go ahead and get his head back down on here, and then we're going to get that wedge installed, and we'll be close to being done. All right, guys, I got the camera situated here, I think, the best I can. What I do, let me pan down here and show you. See, we got a block of wood, you know, big block of wood that we hadn't split up yet. Went out there and got that, and we're going to smack this hammer on this block of wood. And just by doing that, we're probably going to get it to go down probably enough. But we'll probably got one more thing we'll do to it after that. So let's just go ahead. Look at there. That's already moved down flush, okay? So anyway, let me smack it a time or two again. Okay. That's actually coming out just a little bit, so that's good. Let me do one more thing, and then we'll try one more thing. Let me grab my big hammer. Let me pause right quick. All right, I got my little 4-pound sledge here. Right here, we're just gonna let it dangle in the air, okay? And I'm gonna smack the end of it. All right, I don't think I'm gonna get it any further than that. Let's see what that looks like. That looks about the same right there. Okay, so we've got the handle back up in there further than it was from the factory on the same handle. And we got it sticking out just a little bit. I can feel it just a little bit. So what we're gonna do now, guys, I'm gonna find a socket that'll fit that round wedge right there. And I'm gonna see if I can drive that factory wedge down in there even deeper, to spread it a little bit deeper. After we do that, and then we'll get another wedge, we'll install another one right beside it, just to make sure this handle don't slip down anymore. Okay, I have looked through my sockets here, and I actually found this little, it's a 9mm 3/8 drive deep well that actually looks like it fits that wedge perfectly, okay? So now I got my 3-pound little drilling hammer here that I can control a little bit better than that 4-pounder. And I'm gonna see if I can drive this thing down in there further. So here we go. I'll tell you what, first of all, let me just tap on this hammer. Let's just see if I can get it to go any deeper than it was. Let me set it on the ground one time. I'm just gonna give it a couple more love taps. Nope, I think we already got it. Doing it that other way usually gets it down there like it's supposed to be. All right, so let's see if we can drive this wedge on down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Woohoo! Oh yeah, she's going down in there. Look at that. Look at that, friends. Can you see that wedge? How it's going down in there further? We'll drive it on down in there. That's going to help spread it out even further. All right, that's down in there almost 1/8 of an inch. Let me just go a little bit further. Okay, there we go. That ought to be enough right there. And let me go get them new wedges, and I'll put one in right beside it. All righty. Now, let's grab this thing one more time. Load it up here. And let me show you what this other wedge looks like. I bought a couple wedge kits for axes. And it comes with a wooden wedge and 2 of these little bad boys right here. And I think we're just going to use one on this one. I think all we're going to need is one, okay? So, because we drove that other one deeper. So we're just going to come right over here on the other side. Turn it sideways, like so. Kind of get in here right beside it. And I'm going to use a claw hammer this time. I've used 3 different types of hammers to work on my sledgehammer. How crazy is that? All right, so we're going to get in here right beside it, best we can. I might be a little off, but that's fine. We're going to drive it on in here. Drive that bad boy on in the hole. Get it back here. All right, now we got that flush. I'm going to take a, make sure you still see me there. Yep, you can. I got a pin punch here. And let's see if I can hold this up against my belly and drive that sucker in a little bit deeper. Feel like the bottom of it's sliding. Hang on. Need a camera person here. I think my camera girl done quit on me. Alright, so there we go, friends. I do believe that this sucker will stay on now, okay? If you'll look, she's sticking up just a little bit further than she did when she was factory stock. And now the wedge is driven down in there deeper than it ever was. And plus we got one more wedge right beside it, okay? I'm going to wipe the top of this down with a little bit of that oil. Same stuff that I wiped the handle with. And I might even wipe the handle one more time. And then we're going to shoot a coat of clear on top of all this. We'll wipe it down with lacquer thinner, shoot a quick coat of clear on it. All right, friends, what I did just then is I poured some linseed oil on here. I'm actually getting ready to do it one more time, so you can see what I did. Pour it right down there on the top. And just let that soak in, okay? We want that to soak in good because that's going to help swell that wood, and that's what we want. We want it to swell up in there, okay? If it swells up in there, the better it off it is. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You know, I told you I was going to clear coat this thing. I ain't worried about it. I'm going to wipe it down with this oil, okay? You keep a coat of oil on this thing and it's not going to rust anyway. And so we've already sanded all the rough rust off of there. We've left a little bit of it. We got a little bit of shiny metal coming through, and we got some of the original factory paint on there. I just think that looks cool. Check it out. It just really looks cool. That's the kind of look I want. That's what I want a hammer to look like in my garage. I want it to look like it's old like me, okay? That's what I want. I don't want it all pretty and shiny and brand new. That's what I want right there. It's been around for at least 30 years. I bought it, you know, when I first moved out on my own when I was like 20 years old. There were certain things that a young man had to buy that I couldn't borrow from my daddy anymore. Well, I could have still borrowed it from my dad, but you know, some things you just got to have. Every man needs a sledgehammer. You never know when you got to beat the crap out of something, you know? So let's wipe this handle down one more time. Let that oil soak in good. And I may come back out here tonight and wipe it down again. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Like I say, it's hard to film by myself. But anyway, maybe we can see better that way right there. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's looking pretty good. Let me pause this for a minute. All right, guys. Hey, we're done here. Check it out. What do you think? Looking pretty good, huh? I think it will live to fight another day. Might last another 30 years, okay? End up giving this bad boy to one of my kids. Check it out, guys. An axe transformation, not an axe transformation, but a sledgehammer transformation, folks. It's old, it's ugly, just like me, and that's the way I like it. Have a great day, friends. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to all the new subscribers. I'm going to start saying that after every video. We're gaining 400 or 500 subscribers a month. I thank each and every one of you. I ask you to take a look at all of our videos. We have over 600 videos on this channel, all different topics, how to do home improvement, how to do fixing cars and so forth, and a little extra stuff in there. Check them out. Thanks again for checking us out, and we'll see you next time. Take care.